Welcome to Rock Bottom Gaming. This is my Satellarknight Deck profile for the 2015 July ban list. Let's begin. I run 3 Tellarknight Deneb, because it's Deneb. I run 3 Altair, because it's Altair, bring back the Deneb. Or the Vega, which I run 2 of.
Why 2?
2 Vega, because if you open just the Vega and no other Tellarknight, it's dead and it's useless, so I don't run it. I run 2 Steve, or Unkalai. Send the Deneb, Call of the Haunted it back, really fun. Or send an Altair, or whatever you want really. Sometimes even a Vega. Or sometimes a Skybridge, which I'll get to later. 1 Cirrus, because I can't afford an Emerald. Cirrus is really useful to shuffle 5 back in. Late game it's brilliant, and the shuffle 5's cost. The only bit of the effect that can be negated is the draw. Or if they've got light mirror, I can't use it anyway, but that's an issue. I run 3 reinforcements of the army. They're all warriors, so Rota searches all of the monsters in the main deck. I then run triple upstart goblin, get to my Deneb as quickly as possible, because I can abuse Deneb like a little bitch, so the ability to search for it repeatedly is useful, and the extra 1000 life means nothing to a beatdown deck that's slow anyway. So it normally takes me 2 to 3 turns to win if I start well, so I then run 2 Pot of Duality, same reason as upstart really, get to Deneb as quickly as possible, and for that I also run the 1 Skybridge.
Wouldn't Pot of Duality hurt you though?
It slows down the special summons, but to open a Pot of Duality gives me 3 cards to cycle through, which first turn normally I'm just normaling the Deneb anyway. Right. Unless there's a clear threat on board, and then I'll try and make an XZ play to get rid of it, but 9 times out of 10 it's just Duality to Deneb, and Skybridge is brilliant because I can send it with Steve if I don't need Steve's effect at the moment. So I can send the Skybridge, and I'm then got less cards in my deck. I run 1 Raigeki, 1 Book of Moon, and the 1 Soul Charge. Raigeki's obvious, clear my opponent's board. It's hilarious against Burning Abyss with a Dweller on board. 1 Book of Moon because Book of Moon's just an incredible card. And Soul Charge, I would argue against Soul Charge to start with, but to make number 86 with a Soul Charge, play 2 to 3,000 life points, and your opponent can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! For 2 turns, pretty much seals you a game. I then, last spells is I run 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. Just really useful card, to be honest. Get rid of any back row threats. Speaking of back row, I've got this bit of the deck left to do. 3 alpha. Yeah. 3 alpha. I think it's about 15 traps I run. Alpha's brilliant. Negate, draw. Sometimes gets effects off if I'm sending my Deltaros or my Travere. And negating things is always so much fun. Speaking of negating, I run 3 Fiendish Chain. I love this card in any deck, but in this deck it's especially fun because I can bounce it with Travere, and that leads to some crazy, crazy shit. And people don't like it. I don't know why.
Why not? It's quite fun.
I don't know.
It's
almost like Travere is slightly ban-worthy. 3 Call of the Haunted and 2 Oasis. I was running the 3 Call of the Haunteds and 1 Oasis, but I would never see the Oasis or the Call when I need it, and rather see it when I can't use it than not have it when I need it, sort of thing. So I run 5 Call of the Haunteds pretty much. It's beautiful. The thing to remember with Oasis is you can't go into number 86 or Excalibur if you've used Oasis, because they become worms. I then run 1 Vanities, 1 Solemn, 1 Compulse, and 1 Bottomless. Vanities is great fun, because getting it off my board is super easy, because I run Upstarts and the other one, Rota. I run Upstarts and Rota, so I can turn my own Vanities off with ease, and that allows me to just explode, flip Vanities, they can't do anything. I Rota, add a Deneb, and I'm good to special as much as I want in my turn. Solemn's great, just negate summons, and that's just unbelievably fun. Compulse is Compulse and Bottomless. I'm not sure about Bottomless at the minute. It's kind of been hit and miss with me. It's never been overly useful. I mean, against Burning Abyss, it barely touches them. I suppose you can banish the Dante, but...
Can't. Virgil and Seer is all you can hit.
Yeah. Which doesn't do a great deal. But it's hit and miss. It's one of the first cards that come out of the side deck after the consistency adders, or whatever the hell you actually call them. I then run 2 Travere, 1 Delta Rose, 1 Constellar Diamond, and 1 Telemaios.
Why 2 Travere?
2 Travere because I just don't see the need to ever make 3 a duel, and if I do, I still can, because you can Travere loops so easily.
Yeah, but they bottomless the Seer. Bottomless the first one.
Yeah. There are times it's useful, but I've found I don't need more than 2. Deltaros is good. It's not as good as Travere. I only run 1. Don't always need it. Very situational. Only really useful when I'm pushing for game. Diamond is a floodgate on legs. It's beautiful against BA, Shaddoll, Infernoids, Lightsworn. Any mill-based deck can't work. Any deck that recycles by adding things to the hand can't work. And Telemaios just lets me go into it with a single Altair. Altair to Deneb, add the Vega or Altair to carry on your plays, and then you can make a diamond, and it's stupid. And it's great fun. The only thing I'm kind of tempted to run a second diamond, I don't know. I then run the 1 Excalibur as my towers out. Only out in the game, but it's still great fun. And like everything else, I can spin it back to the extra deck with Travere. So there's that. I then run 186. It basically wins games. It's just a broken card, and it is so much fun. Your opponent can't summon for 2 turns. Yeah, that's fair. I then run
board wipe.
And board wipe, because I always remember that effect. Exciton is Exciton.
Board wipe.
Yep. Honor Arc is Honor Arc. Great to get rid of things like Absolute Zero. Castell's fantastic card. It just allows for some crazy shenanigans. Just spin things back. It's good fun. I then run 1 Rhapsody. Banish things. It's great against Burning Abyss and Necrolls. Sometimes Shaddoll.
Skull Servants.
The mirror, it really does work. I then run the 1 Dweller. Because Shaddoll and BA are quite big at the minute. The ability to detach and just stop them doing fuck all. Great fun. The 1 Ragnar Zero, because Cliffort is still a deck. And Fire Fists are running around at my locals as well. So it's great fun there. And then run the 1 Cowboy. Cowboy wins games. It's good fun. Don't know why you wouldn't run it.
Salty as well.
Yeah.
That can't be.
That's never bad. And my 1 personal tech is Bujinto Ataramarasu, or however the fuck you pronounce that. I've always found that my Altairs and Denebs get banished. I don't know how, because sometimes people don't run banishing cards in the deck and still banish them. With like the odd bottomless, get rid of everything. It sucks, but with this I can make it and bring it back and then use that effect to summon more things. It's just really unexpected, because once you banish an Altair, you expect it to be out of the game, especially in Tellarknights. So then to drop this and bring things back is really good fun. My side deck, I run 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Anti-Spell Fragrance shuts off Klee, slows down anything that uses spells. Because they have to set them first, and then I come along, make a Travere, and bounce them all. And then set this again. And it's locks them out of spells, basically. I then run 2 Ojama Trio. I think Ojama Trio is great this format, because I can't think, outside of Necros, it slows any meta deck down. Really? Because BA have to really, really try to play around it.
They control guide their outs. Far and banish it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not easy to do. No. Mirror Match, it stops Travere, it stops Deltaros.
And number 86.
And it really stops 86, which is great. Who else is there? Clear slows down because they can't just swarm and OTK you without limited removal.
Infernoid will just nuke you anyway, so that
So
doesn't
it's
really count.
really irrelevant.
Anyone that runs Dark Hole, it's just going to burn them for 900 anyway, so that's...
Which is one step closer to winning, so.
Yeah.
Plus, my favourite thing ever is to open 2, and they'll manage to somehow get rid of 1, and I'll flip the other Ojama trio, and they'll have all 5 monster spots occupied. Sometimes people get salty about that, and I can't imagine why. I then run 2 Iron Wall, because banishing hurts me, so I try and stop it happening, basically. I then run 2 Mind Crush, fantastic card this format. Necros is a thing.
Dirty Commons.
Dirty Commons, I know. 2 Shadow Mirror, because the deck doesn't use Dark outside of 86 and 80, and 86 is immune to it, so really doesn't do anything. Stops me using the card I don't use often. I then use 2 Max C, because I love this card. If played correctly, it's just draw power.
1 Ultimates.
Because I don't shit money. I then run 1 Chaos Trap Hole, because I hate Denko Sekka, and I couldn't find room for 2. Basically, I then run the 1 Thunder King, because everything searches at the minute, so stop that, you kind of have fun. And then the 3rd MST, because it's an MST. Yeah, thank you all for watching, catch you next time.